Sorry about that. Um, so I actually just tried to do this review and failed miserably. Okay, so I um I tried to do the review before upgrading a weapon that kinda has pathetic base damage. And like everything I had to say about it was off. Like I said, like I've said before, damage is an easily remedied stat. So, one thing I find nice about this weapon is you will always have a ranged attack with it. Its weapon art is a ranged attack that will never run out of ammo. And it's also good for getting away. But it's not much of an attack, it really doesn't do a lot of damage. The weapon has 120 crit, and upgraded as far as I've upgraded it, decent physical. It has, so, Crow Quills plus 5 has 147 base physical, plus 42 physical. Oh, this thing used to have a C scaling index, but by upgrading it so much, I actually improved its scaling. That's something to keep in mind. You can improve this weapon's scaling by upgrading it. So yeah, now it has a B in dex scaling. This isn't a dex build though, so I can't really make use of the dex scaling. You would want to use this thing on a dex build, because look at that strength scale. Pathetic. That's like the lowest strength scaling can actually be. I like to use it with this shield personally because it allows access to the weapon art. It has a special ability to let you heal. It's not very heavy. And it's an 100 physical shield. With decent stability, too. But it is also in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. And you will have to deal with a bunch of Millwood Knights, which is also my armor set except the gauntlets. The gauntlets would have been overdoing it a bit on weight. So, yeah. The Crow Quills is a very powerful weapon. It's also a very interesting weapon. One of the more unique weapons, actually. And before I was just sucking with this thing, but that's because I hadn't upgraded it yet. The weapon art can be used as an attack if it's high enough level and you know what you're doing, but regardless, it really won't do much damage, even if you do a counter attack. Which, if you don't know what a Dark Souls counter attack is, that's when you stop your enemy from attacking by hitting them just before they deliver their attack, and you get extra damage. People call that a counter attack, and they call that extra damage counter damage. Also, if you're wondering how the heck I'm damaging my enemies just by rolling, I've got a piece of the Armor of Thorns on. Because the Millwood set was a little too heavy. So the Crow Quills actually has a pretty good move set. I mean, it's an actual beast when it comes to move set. And even when I'm going two-handed on it, I like to keep the shield on me. I mean, the shield isn't that heavy. It only weighs 5, which is super, super light for an 100 physical shield. And it heals me. It will actually heal me. Let me show you this. So, look at my HP. Notice how it's going up as time passes, this shield basically comes blessed. Not because it scales with faith, more because it gets that healing ability, which is super, super nice. It's basically got the Ring of Restoration built right in. So yeah, crow quills are super powerful, especially with this shield. That'll stop your Beyblading ways. Yeah, this weapon is it's very powerful, very fun to use as well. If you want to go for a ninja build, this is a solid weapon to choose. Not exactly cosmetically, but just moveset wise. One thing I don't like about red tiers is instead of having a kick, they have this, which kind of sucks. The curved sword one is actually pretty good, because you flip backwards and you can do moderate damage, but what is this? What in the heck of it is this? Bad range, bad dodge ability. It's not really a good move. So that kind of sucks. I think you can, okay, you get a shield bash if you two-hand the shield though, so that works, I guess. I don't know, I feel like this is a weapon you have to use a weapon art shield with, but I suppose you could use a parry shield. I just find it nice to have that 100 physical and then that. Which is why I personally like this shield, because it also helps me heal. Also, if you want to know an armor set to use with this thing, because maybe you're afraid you're going to get hit a lot. Found in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC are the Captain's Ashes, at the top of the tower guarded by Millwood Knights, which allow you to purchase the Millwood Knight armor set. It's sort of heavy, but it's nowhere near as heavy as some of the other gear sets, and it's actually super, super strong. I believe it's like Cathedral Knight strength with maybe just a tiny bit more weight than Lothric Knight gear. So it's not too terribly expensive to use, and it's not bad armor either. Now I'll show you my vigor in a minute. So notice how little damage that did? I only have 21 vigor. So I personally think the Millwood armor set is super, super nice if you're not going full on tank. But again, it's Ashes of Ariandel DLC. Most of the stuff I like is either Ring City, so not happening for a while, or the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. I wish I could say the next weapon review will be Devour Heart, but the guy I have to kill to get that is an actual nightmare. So, I don't think so. Anyways, this has been the Crow Quills weapon review.